everyone, I'm Lorraine Driscoll, and this is another episode of Building Better Brains. So, first episode of 2020, and I want to talk today about getting back into the swing of things and resetting after all of that holiday overeating and so forth. So, no resolutions. If you've read previous blog posts of mine, you can learn about how I'm more a fan of intentions and how we can set great intentions all year and actionable steps as opposed to resolutions in the new year, which often fail, particularly if they have no plan. So today we're going to be talking about how to reset both yourself and the kids if you've been eating chocolate mint cookies every morning for breakfast. How do you get your kids back on track, especially if their behavior, attention, focus, mood, and so forth has worsened because of the overload on sugar, processed foods, just junk food in general. So the first step that I advise is ditching sugar because it is super addictive, because it is an anti-nutrient, because it just throws off blood sugar levels and so many other reasons. And then we want to move into, through that process, detoxing the cells to help have happier, calmer, more focused kids. So the first step is often overlooked, and you might roll your eyes when I say it, water, but it is often the step that is overlooked the most and or just overlooked in terms of not taken seriously enough. So just make sure that your child and yourself are drinking lots and lots of water, especially if you've been eating lots of salty food or just not enough water in general, and all kinds of other beverages that actually further dehydrate. So hydration can just help to further reset things, curb cravings, and flush out all of those toxins that we've been eating during the holidays. The next step is to add lemon into that. Lemon is excellent to detox the liver, particularly if you drink lemon water or your child drinks lemon water 30 minutes in the morning or 30 minutes before eating breakfast. This helps to cleanse the liver of everything it was kind of detoxing during the night, as well as stimulating a bowel movement. And so we know with kids and adults as well that regular bowel movements are key to a better mood. The second thing I'm going to mention is not something I advise doing all the time, but that is activated charcoal. And that is an excellent tool, if you will, in your toolkit to use if your child has been eating a lot of sugar, is still eating a lot of sugar, their mood is way off, you know that they have gut issues, and that can help to detox stuff. And that's because charcoal is a binder and it just pulls toxins out of the body. Because it is a binder, it can cause constipation, and there's an easy way to mediate that. And I just simply used usually 2 capsules of charcoal and then no other supplements with it. And then about half an hour later, add in some, I like magnesium calm, but magnesium citrate with some vitamin C, which helps stimulate bowel movements. And that just helps to make sure the toxins with the charcoal, the toxins that are attached to the charcoal, all of that leaves the body and doesn't recirculate and so forth. The other aspect that you want to focus on, or the third one that I'm mentioning, is protein and fat. So blood sugar levels can really fluctuate when we're eating high carb meals as well as high sugar meals, and that's what's going to be one of the causes of poor behavior, meltdowns, irritability, all that type of stuff, even sleeplessness in both ourselves and our children. And so we want to avoid these blood sugar levels that are constantly crashing. And so adding in protein and fat, particularly if you can at every meal, about a tablespoon of fat and some protein. Try to replace all those high carby type snacks with nuts, seeds, lentils, meat, as well as healthy fats. So sugar tends to not only cause blood sugar fluctuations, but it also depletes critical minerals and nutrients. And one of those minerals, or a few of those minerals, for example, are magnesium, chromium, to name a few. And that is because sugar is an anti-nutrient. And what an anti-nutrient basically means is that the body uses nutrients like magnesium, chromium, and so many other nutrients just to be able to metabolize the effects of sugar. And so it's going to pull out nutrients from other areas of the body that aren't as critical to be able to deliver those nutrients so that they can perform more critical, life-sustaining functions in the body. So magnesium, I've written about before, but is responsible for about over 300 different processes in the body. It promotes a sense of calm, sleep, reduced anxiety, among so many other factors or functions, I should say. So chromium, on the other hand, helps to stabilize blood sugar levels, and obviously will get depleted as it's trying to stabilize blood sugar levels if you or your child are eating a ton. So the best way to prevent mood swings, irritability, poor focus, and all that type of stuff is to possibly supplement with chromium just for a time being. Cinnamon is actually really high in chromium, so it's a great thing that you can just top on, whatever they're eating on a daily basis. And bottom line is just to eat more nutrient-dense foods that have these critical minerals and nutrients in them. And also temporarily, what I've done, I always tend to do after kind of the holiday overload, is to supplement with trace minerals and electrolytes. So you can get little mixes that have trace minerals and electrolytes and so forth. And that can just really help to rejuvenate and energize people whenever they're really depleted. The fifth is green juices. So doing smoothies or even fresh pressed juices and so forth, that are filled with healthy vegetables and fruits can really help to nourish that biochemistry that's been set off. So also adding in superfoods like spirulina and chlorophyll, making sure that they're high quality brands, also helps to just further detoxify those cells, which are just really kind of overloaded and kind of sluggish. So also, if that's not your jam to start making stuff and blending stuff, if you live near a health food store or certain kind of healthy coffee shops, they often have ready to go green juices with all those kind of superfoods already in them. So obviously increasing detoxifying foods is really important. You want to open up those detoxifying pathways or those detox pathways in the body with foods like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, radishes, kale, arugula, I think I mentioned broccoli, grapefruit, berries, as well as even ferments to help just really detox, rebalance that gut flora, and so forth. So you can add these foods into everything, into smoothies, into salads, into soups, into stews, as snacks with dips, and then also adding in detoxifying herbs and spices that also help to reduce inflammation, like turmeric, ginger, cayenne. Some of my favorite herbs to detox are parsley, which is really packed with vitamin C. You can even have parsley tea. Cilantro, right, helps to bind heavy metals and other more kind of heavier toxins. And dandelion tea, you probably are more able to drink it, but if you can get your child to drink it, my daughter, I've managed to get her to kind of get onto it whenever I want her to have it. It is more bitter, but if your kid's a little bit more open-minded, then that can still work. So last two, first of all, is L-glutamine. This is one I don't typically recommend. I recommend it more for moms when I used to specialize in eating psychology. But L-glutamine can be so effective if you're having those ravenous sugar cravings that you just feel like you have no control and you feel like a total addict. Open an L-glutamine capsule, pop it under your tongue, and just let it sit there. And it can just really help to curb cravings. And then lastly, for comfort foods, the big thing is to just try to teach your child and yourself to comfort yourself in ways that don't involve food. First, I want to say, if you're eating foods that are really rich in fat and protein and, have all kinds of delicious spices and herbs and healthy sauces, you're not going to feel as deprived. You want to comfort those taste buds with something that's really tasty but nourishing, and then also teach them to comfort themselves with experiences. So, I really firmly believe one of the reasons we just kind of go crazy eating all kinds of garbage during the holidays is it's during the darkest, kind of dreariest time of the year. And we want to comfort ourselves in some way, and our default is to go to food, especially in a time when we're so affluent and food is so abundant and it's so easy and it's so quick. But if we comfort ourselves on a deeper level with something that we are truly yearning, like human connection, ask your child what they like to do that makes them feel really good, that doesn't involve food and not video games maybe, right? Do you want to sit and read a book together as a family? Do we want to go snowshoeing in the moonlight? Do we want to go do you want to have a nice lavender bath? Do you want to have a nice night out at the movies, So just try to find ways that you can teach your child to comfort themselves without food. So to learn more about how you can improve mood learning and helping your child to reach their full potential through food and cognitive therapies, reach out, check out my programs, the Full Potential program, as well as Reading Rockstar Bootcamp, And if you want to learn more, call and we can set up a free 20-minute discovery session to learn more about how you can help your child reach their full potential. So if you like this video, please share, and thanks for watching.